everybody! Konbanwa! How is everybody doing tonight? Happy Friday! Yay! Happy HoloFest weekend! To any of you celebrating. Hold on, just moving myself around here for a second. Okay, we're good. How is everybody doing? Are we all having a good day? Yay! Happy HoloFest weekend. I'm going to perish. I don't think it's been said yet if they're actually allowing people to buy merch for it overseas, like internationally. I don't think it's been said yet, so I'm not sure. But I do already know I kind of want stuff, so. I would like stuff, please. Hello Live, if you're listening, I would like stuff, please. Not that, why would they be listening? That's so crazy. Can you imagine just like one of the Hollow Live girls like watches my streams and is like, oh hey, yeah, yeah, this random person that has no relevance is like, hey, I want stuff. So that'd be cool. I mean, imagine like one of the Hollow Live girls actually watching my streams. I'd be like, I got noticed. Okay. So we're gonna continue off with the Stanley Parable today. And the fact that the time is back on is kind of concerning to me. I hope it saved where I left off the last time, because if it didn't, I'm going to be very sad. Because we were 3 hours in. I watch your streams, that's better. That's true. That's true, Dino Dad, I'll give you that. I'm happy that you're here. Imagine Gur or Ame rating you. That would be so cool. I have not yet been rated. That would be very cool if I was, though. I always see people on Twitter like, oh, hey, comment if you want me to raid you on Twitch. Or, hey, put your stream links down below for Twitch. And do this for Twitch. And do that for Twitch. And all this for Twitch. And it's like, well, what about the people who stream on YouTube? Like, why don't you include us in that too? Because, I mean, I don't stream on Twitch. So, I was like, why don't you include me in that too? Like, I want to be included in that. Like, I want to be rated. Like, I want people to come in and be like, hey, Skiddo! You know? I mean, it's okay, though. It's fine. I'm happy with the people I have. I'm happy with you guys. So, ow. That was my tooth. Ow. Anyway. So I'm a little concerned that the clock is back. So we'll see how this goes. But yeah, we're going back with Stanley Parable today. We'll see how well this goes. Hopefully there'll be some clippable moments. We'll have some more desperating moments with the Dakimakura, I'm sure. But anyway, we'll see how this goes. All right, so what time is it? It is currently 7. It just turned 7. Wait, what? Please be PM. There we go. 7. Not the desk! Oh, the Daki! I thought I said not the desk. I was like, wait, what? Not the Daki! Anything but the Daki! Oh, no! Not the Dakimakura! Anything but that! I'm trying to buy some time, that's why I'm going backwards. Hold on. I'm trying to buy time, hold on. Come on, clock. Go faster! Oh, there we go, okay. Uh-oh. Okay, well, this is definitely a lot different than the last time. Wait. Hold on a sec. Last time, you also said the time was exactly 7:09 p.m. How is that even possible? Wait, did I really? The odds are, let me see, 1,440 to 1. Either you're messing with me, or this is an incredible coincidence. I swear, game, this is a coincidence. I did not know that that's the time I put the last time. Is 7:09 p.m. the exact moment in the day when you decide it's time to play video games? Yes. Yes, it is. 7:09 p.m. rolls around and woohoo! Video game time. Or is this specifically the time in which you like to play the Stanley Parable? Well, I mean, the Stanley Parable is a video game, so why not both? Regardless of the specifics, it's an incredible example of effective scheduling. Excuse me, I'm getting a little bit lost in the weeds here. Go on, get out of here and just play the game already. But I'm looking forward to seeing you again at 7:09 p.m. Please come back soon. Oh my god. Did I actually put 7:09 the last time? Oh my god. Third Stanley Parable stream confirmed. I guess that would depend on how long it takes me to get through it today. I don't actually know how much of it is left. Alright, let's start the game. I just want to check the audio levels. I mean, it looks fine. Oh wait, I should probably turn the background music down a little bit. Turn this up slightly. Okay. You guys can tell me how the audio levels are and stuff, but we'll see. Make it a good TikTok. 7:09 exactly. Note to Skiddo self. Play Stanley Parable exactly at 7:09 p.m. every time. I should like remember that. So if I play this game again for a third time, like I actually see if it breaks the game. That's so funny. Exactly 7 p.m.
This is the story of a man named
We don't need to watch this again. We've already watched it. Alright. We're back at the beginning. Sort of. I got an achievement. Welcome back. Thanks, game. Okay. What haven't I done yet? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I forgot the... Hold on. One moment. I forgot the dance. Yeah. Okay. There we go. You haven't cleaned your room. Oh, you mean in the game. God. Should we see if we can find Chris? Let's see if we can find Chris.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Yeah, turn the PCs off. Okay, let's see. I don't know what we haven't done yet. Oh yeah, that's right, the new content. That's right, we gotta do the bucket thing, right? But wasn't there more stuff that we had to do over here?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Right,
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I think you're around half of the regular endings.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring.
Okay.
It had really been worth the detour after
All his
all,
colleagues
just
are
to spend
gone.
a few
Sounds like the
moments
average
here
work
in this
shift for me
immaculate,
lately, not-
beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Okay, well,
But
what
eager
else
to
is
get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Do I actually go down here? Or do I go straight? I guess I could just... I mean, I did the phone one already. Is there another thing? You want guidance?
And so he detoured through the maintenance section,
Possibly?
walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Small one? So follow this. Ooh, what's over here? It's just an empty door. I want to go in the door.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Guys.
There was nothing here.
It's the broom
No choice
closet.
to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be
Room
here.
closet.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet.
We're in the broom
He wasn't even
closet,
doing anything.
yay!
At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Yeah. We're in the broom closet. We're in the broom closet. We're in the broom closet.
Are
yeah,
you,
yeah,
are you
yeah,
really
yeah.
still in the broom
We're
closet?
in the broom
Standing
closet.
around doing
in the
nothing?
Broom closet.
Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Get over it, narrator. You're just mad because you're not in the broom closet. Get wrecked.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever.
Broom
I
closet.
never would have thought to mention it.
Alright, let's just continue on.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
We could do the elevator again. Go up and down the elevator. Go up to boss's office to go down, to go up to the boss's office, to go down, to go up to the boss's office, to go down, to go up to the boss's office, then go down. Okay, let's... I know we did this, I know we went down already, but... actually, I don't know. Maybe I should go up? Maybe we'll actually do what he says this time. Hold on. It depends on which one it is. It's the fancy one with the bathroom. Ah, yes. With the window the size of Shaquille O'Neal. I remember. I remember it well. With the fancy with the fancy soap, the cup, the toilet paper that's too far for you to reach when you're using the bathroom. The extreme bathrooms. You got the time. Shaq has his own window, apparently. See how big it is? It's the size of Shaquille O'Neal. Hello, everybody! Hello, everybody that's joining. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the stream. We got 3 chairs. Ah, wait, where are the base pages? Oh, there it is. Oh, the page pages. Can I go in here? I want to go in there. Hello? Is anyone home? Hello? Chris? Are you in there? Chris? Chris? I don't think Chris is home.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway. Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
What do you guys think? Should I go up? Or should I listen to him and just go this way? I mean, I don't think we've gone this way yet, have we? Have we done this yet? I don't remember. Hi, Rex. Hello.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Nope, I haven't done this yet. Why are you bringing me to a mind control facility? Escape! Guys, should I escape or should I go? I guess I could just go and see what happens. Why not? What could go wrong, right? It's just a big button. It's just a button. It's just a button. Okay, I guess we'll see what happens.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Oh, God.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Should I stay or should I go now? Should I stay or should I go now? What's happening? Oh, I need to go this way. I wasn't paying attention. Okay. There's a camera. And then there's desks with a bunch of paper on them. Alright, so I guess I'll just press this.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Whoa. There's a lot of screens. And you need to tell me I'm being recorded while I'm working? Excuse me? Employee pirate? Wait, what? There's a pirate? Whoa, wait, I'm lagging? I'm lag? Hello? Oh. Is it okay now? Hold on. Let me refresh. Let me refresh YouTube. Okay. I refreshed the YouTubes. Alright, let's see what this is. Person button.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
So this is why I like working so much.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
What?
And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
I'm under control? I'm under someone else's control. Why is there a button? 5. Why are there numbered buttons? Why are there numbered buttons? 3. 1, 2. Okay, hold on. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. I actually don't know where 4 is. I'm assuming it's on the other side of the room somewhere. Maybe where that glowing light is? No. That's the console. Okay. Hi Skiddo, hope you're having a lovely day. Hoping the same for you too. Today's going okay. We're doing something with the mind control right now, I guess. I don't really know what's happening.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power... Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
Yeah.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted?
Yeah.
Control?
Yeah! Give me control!
I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go. Turn the controls off and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is.
I was hoping I could just turn it off.
About you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start.
Oh boy, oh boy.
What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times,
I don't remember
I
where
let the
3
office sink
is.
into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp.
3.
I have to say this, though. This version of
That's
events has
5.
been rather amusing.
3's over
Watching you
here.
try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not?
Nothing's happening.
These are precious additional seconds, Stanley.
I
Time
pressed the
doesn't grow
button.
on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button
3
to
attempts
button,
remaining.
screen to screen, clicking on every
Enable
little thing in
backup
this
power
room.
to activate.
These numbered buttons. No, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button. Or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me.
What is happening?
Stanley, that this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment.
Oh, I don't
But
know
here's
what's
a spoiler
happening.
for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless.
What?
To see you made humble.
Excuse me?
This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy.
Incorrect.
You
What do you
wanted to
mean?
control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have
This
left.
is so scary.
30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully?
What is
Another
happening? I
choice.
don't know.
Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke.
I don't know what's
And believe
happening.
me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say happily ever after.
Well, alright then. That was quite the ending. I
All of his
died.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh my gosh.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this
Okay,
was not the correct
catwalk?
way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Okay, hold on.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room.
This
But
is a
eager
room.
To get back to business,
Indeed.
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
This is a room indeed. Okay,
And so
hold
he
on.
detoured through
Catwalk?
the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
So go down the elevator? Where's the catwalk? Oh, it's down here, I'm guessing.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
This one goes to the phone? I thought this is the one where he gets confused. Did you start over? No. Oh, the one that goes to the phone. I think I did that one already. Unless there's another ending that goes along with that one.
Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake.
Okay, hold on. I hope I didn't just start the game over. No, I didn't start the game over. So
All
basically,
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I think I did do the catwalk one. I feel like I did. Alright, I can try it again.
Stanley
But I
came
think
to a
I
set
did
of
already.
2 open doors. This
Okay,
was not
so
the correct way
my
to the
original
meeting
statement.
room, and Stanley knew it
Yeah, I'm not
perfectly
technically
well.
starting
Perhaps
the game
he wanted to
over.
stop by the employee lounge first,
It's
just to
kind
admire
of
it.
like starting over, but it saves your progress
The
every
lounge
time you
was
get a
sublime,
different ending.
a work of art.
So
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
you have to just keep finding out what the endings are. So
Stanley
you're
was so
basically
bad
playing
at
the same
following
thing, but at
directions,
the
it's
same time you're
incredible he
not
wasn't
because there's like
5 years
different
ago.
endings for each one. So
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is... But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
I missed.
Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I missed.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Pepe point rib. See, it says
Stanley
you're
came
over
to a
here
set of
Pepe
2
pointing
open
me,
doors.
but you
This
said
was
rib
not the
instead of
correct way
rip.
to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Sorry, I must
Perhaps
have
he
blanked
wanted to
out over
stop
that
by
time.
the
No, it's
employee
okay. I'll
lounge
do it.
first,
I'll do
just
it.
to
I don't
admire it.
actually. I think I did, but I don't 100%
Standing
remember
now
what
in
it
this
was, so I'll do it
incredible
again. I
room,
don't mind.
Stanley for the first, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I went to the. Oh, okay. So you already saw it then. Oh, okay. Well, now I don't know where to go. Because I was going over there with the intent of doing that. I guess I could do the mind one again and try to escape. I don't remember where I went for that. My brain is so bad. It's so terrible. I went in here, didn't I? Yeah, I did. I went to the boss's office and down the elevator. That's right.
The
Okay.
maintenance section,
Oh
walked
my
straight
God, my
ahead to the
brain.
opposite door, and got back on track. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
We're back in the broom closet. Yeah. Okay. All right. Enough with the broom closet. I like the broom closet, but we got a game to play. Okay. So then we
Coming
go
to
up
a
the
staircase,
stairs into the
Stanley
boss's
walked
office.
upstairs to his boss's
Put the
office.
numbers in the code thingy. Go down the elevator and then call it a day. Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He
Pressing
began
bananas.
wildly tearing
That
through
was a
papers
goat
on
game.
the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad,
Give me
Stanley
the door.
had to input the correct code.
Let me in.
Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
I wonder aloud to nobody myself from time to time. I don't think you can go this way, right? There's nothing over here. No, it doesn't look that way. Okay. It's time to go down. Time to go down the elevator. Bum, bum,
Stanley
bum,
walked
bum,
straight
bum,
ahead through the
bum,
large
bum,
door
bum,
that
bum,
read
bum.
Mind
Nope.
Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
If something jumps out and scares
At
me,
this
I'm gonna be
point,
sad.
Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Make it happen, narrator. Make it happen. What's down here? Whee! Woohoo! Where am I?
As the machine whirred into motion,
Oh, boy.
and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is.
I want to get on the catwalk. Let me on the
Plucking the
catwalk.
eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Bye-bye, Dino. Ah!
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
Who are
In
you?
a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing
are
him
you?
instantly.
Okay.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
I don't know. What was the narrator thinking he was going to accomplish?
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
The pacing of this opening section was important to get right. This corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches 2 doors in a good time. Okay. Stanley's computer. Office layout. This blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path from Stanley's office to the 2 doors was just the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered through development through the core layout. It's like a mini museum for the game. That's pretty cool. Well, he was already dead when he started. That's depressing. Just a little bit, yeah. The office. Button sounds. A selection of the sounds was used through each game, but each one is a mix of a keyboard stroke and a synthesized tone. Filing cabinets. Office computers. Installing Chart Pro 2.01 program file /Chart Pro /TPTP /DF. Solitaire! This is the one I tried to play on, but it wouldn't let me. Oh. We gotta shut the computers off. Employee database. Please enter your command print employee status printing. Employee in database 604. Tool employee office 2. Enter your command print list and blah 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 blah. Turn off. They really sound like Stanley Parable credits. Developed by Crows. Kevin Brighting as the narrator. Woo! We got the music peoples. We got the model design. Artwork. Developments. Fancy schmancy. There's 2 ways you can go. I'm going this way. maintenance room. An early version of the maintenance room. Plant! All different pictures. In December 2018, we announced the Ultra Deluxe version of the Stanley Parable at the Game Awards. These are the screenshots of the videos we made for the announcement at the games. And the game's delay. Money, money, money. Fun. Warzone. In early development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on the battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentiment and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to the build that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which is not our intention. Well, at least they were nice about it. Okay, what else we got? An early version of the lounge. I like the one they have now, to be honest. I mean, I feel like the lounge looks a lot better now than it did before. Hold on. I don't know why I'm tilting so much. Stop tilting. Okay. Hopefully that fixes it. The office. We got a pencil sharpener, and we got phone. The apartment timer. Previous version of a choice leading to the apartment ending. A timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. Fancy. The cargo lift. Cargo lift was always intended to offer the choice of staying on or jumping into a different path. However, this early version we decided we also wanted the option of player falling to their death. The cargo lift. Second version is functionally the same as what's in the final game, but we wanted it to look more like a place where cargo is actually stored. That's fair. Ah, there's so many rooms! There's a button. I want to push the button. It's ending. The screenshot depicts an early version of the ending known as ending, which was eventually cut and merged with another part of the game. Fancy. Then there are the levers. These levers were originally part of this ending. The player would pull a lever and the narrator would describe what color they had pulled. Interesting. I don't know which way I'm supposed to be going. There's so many different rooms. Escape menu. For a long time, we had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Unfortunately, very few players realized that's what they were supposed to do, which was frustrating for everyone. Fair enough. Monitor room elevator. Woo! For a time, the elevator in the other monitor room would go up or down. Freedom. We abandoned this when players found it too difficult to remember what was up and what was down and placed the two endings together instead. Fair enough. Countdown desk. One of the desks from the early version of the countdown ending. Freedom ending. This is the freedom ending as it existed in beta. Also, what keeps popping up? Button. Button. Freedom ending. More freedom endings. Okay. This is so large. Boss's office. So many different versions of the boss's office. Office clock. Office clock. Oh, I'm back over here. Okay, cool. I know there's a room I missed, so I'm gonna go back up. Hold on. Narrator emails. After the second trailer, we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we initially planned to use these for further promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here are a selection of those emails. Partner, I'm Anthony Ilias. Okay. Hi, Mr. Narrator Guy. You spelled narrator wrong. I have a question for you, sir. And it is, what is your favorite message for today? Sincerely, Harris. There's a skeleton inside of you. There are more skeletons in this world than humans. Thanks and goodbye. Am I Stanley? Are you spying on me? I don't... Why? How? I love the wonky characters. Will the game feature capybaras? Coconut doggies. Coconut doggies. How do you stay in shape? Sincerely, Michael the Rock Martin. Oh. Alright. Cool. Nice. So the fact that they actually had that in the game. I'm not reading all that. Interesting. Okay, wait, hold on. Stanley Parable is really going to let me go shopping. I hope I'll have a fine selection of desert boots. Oh my gosh. How do you make a JRPG? How do you make the worst game ever? What is the difference between a duck? How's it going? How's the game going? I hope it's good or better than the first one. From a cool man. Alright, we're moving on. Okay. That was the lounge. There's more stuff. Stanley's office. From left to right, the evolution of Stanley's office over time. The first was created in November 2011, the second in March 2012, and the third in March 2013. February 2013, sorry, I can't read. This one looks so, like... I don't like this one. This one looks so, like, squished together. This one is just kind of meh. I don't know. I like the third one better. But that's just me. Game design mock-up. This is the William that William, the level designer, sent Davey, the writer, as kind of an audition piece. The strength of this level got William hired to design the full game. Though much of the environment has changed, the basic layout from the mock-out is still in the game. Fancy. Chains. Oh wait, this is the elevator. Okay. I think we've seen everything. I think we've seen everything, so I'm gonna leave now.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Who, me? I want to be free?
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
Me?
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Let me free!
Listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
Squish! Squish like Buggy. Buggy squish. I squish Buggy. Dear mother, I am now squished like Buggy. It was nice knowing you. Sincerely yours, Stanley, aka Buggy. Okay.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
Skittle pancake.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room. And
Is
Stanley
there
knew it
another
perfectly
ending
well.
to that?
Perhaps
Like,
he wanted
do I
to stop by the
actually,
employee
like,
lounge first,
restart
just
the
to
game?
admire it.
Or something? Does that, like... Is that another ending? Or was that inevitable and I was gonna be squished regardless? Because I can go back and do it again. No, that's the end. Okay. Okay. Okie dokie. Does the mind control one... Can that actually be solved? Or is that the ending too?
Butterflies in his stomach. Giddy but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
The end is never the end. No, it can't be solved. Okay. So have I done all the endings over here? But you didn't do the follow all instructions one. Okay.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
I can't go in the broom closet? They blocked off the broom closet! No! Not the broom closet! No! Let me in! Chris! Okay, fine. Fine!
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Now it's just not enjoyable anymore.
The
Sectioned
moment he
off the
entered his
broom
manager's
closet.
office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Could he really be all alone? This was too much for Stanley to take. Too much for any man to take.
Closet,
He fell to his knees, bursting into half moans, half
Time to
sobs.
uninstall.
The guttural retching of life from a man denied any hope, any reason to keep going.
What is he
Here on
talking
the
about?
floor, he lay prone, paralyzed by fear for nearly a full hour.
Why does he
But
just
when
keep
at last he began
talking?
to move about and survey the situation,
Where's the
he
skip
found
button
the
when you need
keypad
it?
behind the boss's desk. What could it mean?
You
Was
should
it
bring
a
the
sign
skip
of
button,
hope
the
for
skip
Stanley's
button back.
future? Alas, it was not. For although this keypad guarded the terrible secret of Stanley's past, it had been assigned a 4-digit code so devious and so random that no man could ever hope to guess it. 2845. Statistically, nearly impossible, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad.
Remember what
Stanley
happened the
happened
last
to
time you
input
had a
the
skip
correct
button?
code by
Yeah, I
sheer
got to be free!
amazing.
I got to
He
go
stepped into the
outside and
newly
touch
opened
grass!
passageway.
Oh, sorry, excuse me. I am wrong. I got to touch ferns! I got to touch plants. We touched ferns in 2023. We don't touch grass here. There was no grass. Yeah, we touched Earth. We touched Earth in 2023.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What
grass is a
horrible secret
lie.
did this place hold? Stanley
The
thought to
grass is a
himself.
lie.
Did he have the strength to find out?
The grass is a lie. Who needs grass? When you
Now
have
the
a
monsters
mind
jumped to
control.
life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building.
Employee.
Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images
Put the
on a
numbers
screen.
back up.
And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place
Thank you.
where freedom meant nothing.
Employee fired. You can also jump from here. Wait, where? How do you jump? How? Oh, from here. Wait. No, it doesn't let me. Or does it have to be back there at the beginning? Oh. It's too late now. Sad. We'll try again. We'll do it one more time, and we'll see if we can jump.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to
I'm under
accept
somebody
it
else's
blindly?
control.
No. He
I'm under
refused to believe
somebody
it.
else's
He couldn't
control.
accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was
Never. Not this
unthinkable.
dino.
Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had
No,
he
it's
truly
not
spent
possible.
his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Not this dino.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality
Mind
of his
control.
past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Mine. Like the bird, like the seagulls from Finding Nemo. Mine. Be gone, platform control, mind control. Butts. No mind control here.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty.
Oh my.
Was it over?
Is it over? What's happening?
He had won.
What's
He
happening?
had defeated the
Oh.
machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command.
Ah!
Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been
I
seeking,
get to go
but happiness.
outside.
Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know.
It's
It
the
was
great
perhaps
outdoors.
the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Yeah, I get to go outside. I get to touch
Stanley
grass.
felt the cool breeze upon his skin,
Ooh.
the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him.
I get to touch
This was
grass.
exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Stanley is finally happy. Hooray! That was the happy ending. I beat the game. Woo! At least that's what the achievement says. There's still some endings I need to do, but I was assuming that was the happy
All of his
ending.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
Okay.
decided to go to the meeting room.
So you
Perhaps
said
he
I
had
can
simply
jump off
missed
the
a memo.
platform in the first one. All right, hold on. We're gonna try jumping off
When
the
Stanley
platform.
came to a set of two
And then
open
we'll do
doors.
the
This
one
was
where he
not the
actually
correct
tell.
way
I have
the
to
meeting
follow
room,
him.
And Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps too majestic. Like a combination of a much smaller version and a much larger version of this exact room. It all made Stanley uncomfortable, and he started to bleed a little. This made him smile. At last, proof that he was human.
Okay.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Can you imagine just like
But
bleeding?
eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first
And
open door on his left.
You just like look at your hand and you're like, yep, that's blood.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section.
Today's gonna
walked
be a
straight
good
ahead
day.
to the opposite door and got back on track.
It's just
Yet
gonna be
there
a
was
good
not
day
single
because you
person
start
here
bleeding.
either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an coming to a
It's like
staircase.
the
Stanley
song.
walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'm about to lose my mind. You've been gone for so long. I'm running out of time.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean, he wondered? Desperate for answers, he began turning
I actually
the room
completely
over,
forgot
looking
that
for
song
clues
existed.
that might unravel the situation.
Until I just started singing
Until at
it. I was
last,
like, oh.
he discovered a keypad behind the boss's desk. But alas, no code. For this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad,
That's great.
Stanley happened to input the correct code.
Maybe? I think Rihanna's in it
He
also,
stepped
but I'm
into
not
the
sure.
newly opened passageway.
I am not sure. I have no ideas. You're gonna have to look it up on the interwebs, because I'm not sure. I kind of want to do the elevator ending again. I mean, I know I already did it, but... And I know I have other endings I need to do, but I feel like it would be funny to do that one again.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the
I
large
don't
door
know.
that
What do I
read
know?
Mind Control Facility.
What do I know? Okay, you said I can fall down the catwalk, right? I can fall down the platform. Where? Using the chair? Oh, there we go. Bye!
Aha! You've made it to the bottom of the Mind Control Facility. Welcome! You see, back when the Stanley Parable first launched in 2013, getting to the bottom of the Mind Control Facility was a bug that we simply didn't catch during development. And you all sent us lots of photos of it on Twitter and acted very superior about it. And you're all very, very clever. Good for you. Anyway, when it came time to update the game, we knew that we had to do something about this little goof of ours. So here you go. New content. You can call it the bottom of the mind control room ending, if that enhances your perception of the value of these updates. Isn't that what you crave? New content? Always more content, more content, more. And I'm here to give it to you. I'm here to make it seem like we really covered every nook and cranny of the game with secrets and Easter eggs. How about
Easter
this?
eggs!
We
Woo!
wrote a new piece
Happy
of music
Easter!
just for this section. You
Music!
won't hear it anywhere else in the game. It's a secret. That's just for you. That's how special you are.
Arigato
We
gozaimasu!
call
I'm so
this track,
special!
Good job, you've made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. Well done.
I'm so special! Thank you!
Good job, you did it. Good job.
Yay!
3, 2, 1. Good job, you made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. You jumped on the catwalk. You should have been careful. You should have been careful.
This is so nice!
A bug, but now it's an ending. Now it's an ending. I believe in you. I believe in your ability to cross this barrier.
Chase your dreams.
Railings don't mean anything. Good job, you did it.
Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it. Aw, that's it? I wonder if this is on Spotify. It might be. It might be on Spotify. You never know. Could be.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
Someone's following me? Huh? Someone's following me? Check the white windows. If this somebody jumps out, I'm gonna cry. I don't see anything. There's nothing here. You can jump out of one? Oh. But how do I can't get up there though. How do I jump out of one?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
This is the plant from Prop Hunt. Alright, let's just do what he says for now, and then we'll figure that out later. The second desk. Okay. We'll try that after.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
They got tired of me going through the broom closet. So...
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'm in the boss's office again.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of
It was
any
like
human life. What could it mean, he
2845 or
wondered?
something.
Desperate for answers, he began turning the room. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Hey. I feel my soul feeling calm already.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened
I feel so
passageway.
rejuvenated. Thanks, narrator. I can always count on you. Alright, down we go. Woo! Down we go! Yay! Down we go. Down we go. Down we go. Down we go. Alright.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I've done everything he said so far.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place
Is
hold?
the ending gonna be
Stanley
different?
thought to himself. Did he have the strength?
Because I went through the
to
left
find
room,
out?
the left door this time instead of the right door. Oh. Wait, so going through the right door doesn't matter? Like the left or the right door doesn't matter? Because I thought I had to do everything he said. Unless it was just from that one door. and the left versus the right door doesn't actually matter. As long as you arrive to the boss's office, it's the same. Okay, well then we're gonna start from the beginning then. Alright, we'll try the window one.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers.
The second
He never
one?
functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be?
I feel like
Why
I'm in
don't we take a
SpongeBob.
minute just to drink it all in?
Alone,
Okay,
alone,
I'm over it now.
alone, alone.
What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Alone, 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 not alone, alone, alone.
Ah, then in that case we'll continue. But now,
Alone,
here comes the real
alone,
question.
alone,
What do
alone.
you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact,
I have no
I'm just
idea
going to
what
say
he's
that no
talking
one who's
about.
listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other options so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
I like how there's like no sound, no music, no nothing. It's literally just the screen. Can I only press yes? I mean, we don't need him. We can make our own music. We can have our own little karaoke session right here, right now, right? We could just like vibe and chill and party. Just you, me, and this thing right here. The sick of this gag. We're all having a good time here. We're all partying, right? Right. You can't like go around it, right? It's just a wall. Yeah, it's just a wall of text. The shark song? What shark song? Gur's background music? I don't know what shark song. I can do Gur's background music. Oh, Shark Adventure. Wow. I thought she meant her background music. Her background music is Okay. Wait, literally, I can't. I have to just restart the game. Oh, okay. Use this as your next karaoke background. I should. That's a good idea. Maybe I should. Although I have to be careful though because I don't want to blind people because that is kind of bright. Although at the same time I just kept it on the screen for like 10 minutes. So
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note. At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized
4
it was
hours
part of the
baby
game's
game.
design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty
and
commentary
anybody who
into the
watches my
nature of
my
video game
my
structure
karaoke
and
stream
its
that doesn't watch my
examination of
streams
structural
regularly is
narrative
not going to
tropes.
know what it is,
So,
and it's going to be
now
even
that
better.
you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we
that'd be
take a
great.
minute just to drink it all in?
Drink, 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 drink.
Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet? Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want. Like right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can
Oh
maintain.
no.
There once was a man named Stanley,
Oh god.
who people considered so manly.
Oh my god.
But the truth must be told, he was
not very old,
and
And
was
it's quite
particularly
particularly
gangly.
gangly. What does that
Stanley
mean?
liked most was buttons. He pushed them like
Like some
kind
kind of glutton. He did it all in a day, in a menaceful way, but his brain had long ceased to function.
Which is why he is in this parable. And
It
lives
lives
an
in existence quite terrible.
And if you
You
are
are
not strong
and keep playing along, you too will become quite
will
unbearable.
become quite unbearable.
Yeah.
You too will become quite unbearable.
I'm already unbearable. I don't know what you're talking about. Please tell me it replays. Oh my god. There once was a ship that was put to sea, and the name of the ship was the Billy O.T. Wait, hold on. Billy O.T. So, sugar and tea and rum. Well, soon may the Wellerman come and soon may the Wellerman come to bring us sugar, tea, and rum. I feel like I'm singing Christmas carols. Dun, dun, dun. Why do you say that this was miserable? This is actually really nice. Aw, it died. Aw, that's it? Music went bye-bye. Give me more music. Give me more music. Give me more. 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 I want more music. I want more music. I want more music. Can I have more music? Nail waiter. Nail waiter, can I have more music, please? Can I have more music, please? Time for karaoke. There's just nothing here. I can't even like. I mean, just let me just look at the window. There once was a ship that was put to sea, and the name of the ship was the Billy O.T. The wind blew up her boat, up down and below, my bully boys blow. Ha! Soon may the weatherman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the dunking is done, we'll take our leave and go. The smiler captain, the whale was free, the mind was got of not of greed. She belonged to the whaleman's greed, she took the ship and so. Ha! Soon may the weatherman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the dunking is done, we'll take our leave and go. Hey! There you go. There's your karaoke. Alright. I'm so alone. There's no one here.
Gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, where to now, chat? What else am I missing? Now it's time for the super new content. Alright, cool. It's the new content! Woo! New content!
Good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
It's time for the new content! Woot woot! Oh boy, the new content. How enjoyable this must be.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
Okay.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions?
I've already seen all this, narrator. This isn't new.
An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more... Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Well, see, the thing here is if it's technically starting over, right? You know what that means? It's time for the button.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course,
is there actually a Stanley Parable 2 game? I don't actually know. Chat, is there an actual second game, or is this just an extension thing?
So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button, which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
This is the only game that they have, right? This is the Stanley Parable 2. Okay, I understand. So they added this part in as DLC, but made it so that it's technically like a second game, I think, is from what I'm understanding. Alright guys, you ready? It's time for our name to be Jim.
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 Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button
Jim.
only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this
Jim.
button will say your name, whatever
Jim.
name that is. Here, let's
Jim.
have you role play as Jim to
Jim.
really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget
clear
whoever
my
you are,
mind.
and simply become a person
I
named
am Jim.
I want you to
I
imagine
am
yourself
Jim.
living as Jim,
I am
sleeping and
Jim.
waking as Jim, falling in love
I
and
am
being
Jim.
heartbroken as Jim,
I am
seizing
Jim.
all of the world's possibilities as Jim.
I
and
am
as
Jim.
watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now?
I am Jim.
So, then please step
I
forward
am
and press-
Jim. My name is Jim. BRB changing your name on stage to Jim. Well, now you have to do it. I am Jim. I am Jim. What kind of voice would Jim have? Do you think Jim would be like, "Suh, dude"? Or do you think Jim would be like, "Hello there. My name is Jim. I am a master's degree holder in psychology and will read your mind in the course of 3 minutes." Or do you think that Jim would be like, "Hey, what's up? I'm Jim. Nice to meet you." It could be whatever you wanted it to be. I know. Because that depends. Because if you're asking me what Jim would sound like, I could make him sound like, "Hey, I'm Jim. My name is Jim." Like, I could make him be whatever I want him to be. Or it could just be like, "Hi, my name is Jim. I like anime, and I like snuggling with my dakumakura, and ooh." Okay, alright. We gotta get into character. I think that Jim might be a furry. Hi, my name is Jim, and I like going for walks. It'd be like on My Strange Addiction. "Hello there, what is your name?" "My name is Jim, and what is your addiction today?" "My addiction is that I like to be walked like a dog. I like to eat kibble off the floor, and I like to actually pee on the carpet." Tell us more about your everyday life. "Well, I sleep in a crate, and then my characters wake up in the middle of the night, and they take me out and put me outside for the day, and then I get to come in and then play with the little toys on the floor, and then I get to go for a walk." Well, that's been My Strange Addiction. Thank you so much for coming. Have a good day. I'm sorry if anyone here is actually named Jim. If anybody here is actually named Jim, I am not making fun of you. I am just saying what is in my sick, twisted mind. I'm gonna sue. I am just strictly getting into character, okay? I have to be in character in order to press this button. And this button, you have to be named Jim. So I'm getting in character of what I think Jim might sound like. So, now that we're in character, "Hi everybody, how's it going? My name is Jim." We can now press the button.
Jim.
Feels so good.
You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again.
YouTube has copywritten the name Jim. It's a Jim infringement. It's a Jim infringement. You cannot use the name Jim. It's a Jim Carrey infringement. "Hi, my name is Jim."
Jim.
It hits even harder the second time. If this were the
What a
only
day.
new
What a
feature in
lovely
the Stanley
day.
Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the gym button.
No!
I'm so emotionally drained from all of this personal... Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much.
You can never be too much, Jim.
Putting the gym button away.
No!
Otherwise soon you'll
Give me the gym button.
sense of who you actually are.
Jim.
He took my gym button. He took my gym button. He took my gym button. How rude. Here are yours today. Everyone's got one. But I want to be Jim. We lost our gym privileges. I'm no longer Jim. I lost my name. That was YouTube. They took it away. YouTube took away my gym privileges. I got bonked.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable too. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
You heard Jim in the game. The button that says Jim. That's Jim. Jim. Oh no, now I have to remove your gym name. That's easy come, easy go. Oh. Easy come, easy go. I guess I'm back to cilantro. Red is the new orange. Okay. Wait, what? Oh, consistent quality with just the right... I thought that said consistent quality with just the right amount of cringe. And I was like, wait, what? That's why I did double take, because I read it wrong. Okay, wait. Alright. So what do we have to do now? We have to... Wasn't there something else? Collectible, free achievement, infinite hole. We did all these already, didn't we? Oh, we didn't do the collectibles? Hold on. I thought we did. You've been here already. Okay. Okay. Is there an actual, like, story plot for the bucket? Or is it just, like, you hold it and then that's the end of that? Because I held it for a long time. When I played it before. Oh, I need to go that way. New versions of all the regular endings. Oh. Epilogue.
Epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it would go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
We'll save the epilogue, but I want to go do the bucket. I need the bucket. I need my reassurance bucket. I need my bucket. The bucket must be protected at all costs. We must keep the bucket safe. Yeah, bucket. Get the bucket.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical. That it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game.
Is there
It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting.
Baketsu.
You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they?
Narrator.
All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Narrator. Do you have feelings for the dino?
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game?
They
There
should, because
really
I like
be
this
an award
bucket.
If it isn't already.
I like this bucket. Wait, is there something I'm actually supposed to do with the bucket? Oh yeah, I do the endings with the bucket, right? Do I bring it to me? Do I bring it with me to the epilogue? And how do I do the collectibles? Ah, there's so many
Calling it Stanley
questions.
Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchise.
How do I do the collectibles? I already did it, didn't I? I'm so confused. Confusion. Merch. Merch. Skittle merch? Skittle logo? Skittle kawaii desu? How do I order them on Amazon? I mean, I guess I could. Order the merch on Amazon. Just go to www.amazon.com/StanleyParable on Amazon. The button that says gym. Gym. I need a gym button. Gym. 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 Did I do this one already? I don't remember. I don't think I did. Did I do this already?
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the
On
achievement.
accident!
Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever.
He just
and when
said
you
on
do it,
accident.
The achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
It got left in the game on accident. See? I'm not the only one. Imagine Skiddo at home constantly pressing a gym button. If I constantly press the gym button, he would take it and throw it out the window. I would not be allowed to have a gym button. Either that or he'd take it and then keep pressing it himself. If I could draw, I would do your arm holding the bucket for an asset. I would love that. That would be so cute. That would be so cute. I would love to have the bucket asset. Aw, that would be so cute. Test achievement unachieved. Okay. Gib.
Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
I was promised an achievement. Give it. Would I keep pressing it myself? Yes. You would find it just as entertaining as I would. I'm so upset. I was promised an achievement. Where is it? This convention is turning out to be a real phony. The only thing that's been so nice about it is that I got my kawaii bokitsu. Bokitsu. I forgot how to say it. Hold on. I forgot how to say it. One moment. Using my dictionary. Bowel. Baketsu. Baketsu. Baketsu.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
I don't know. I think I've seen them all. What else is left aside from the epilogue? Jump circle, infinite hole, the button that says the name of the player that's playing the game. Merch. Office decorations, we're already in there. Infinite hole. Reassurance bucket. If we each had a gym button, I'd take hers and then I'd have two. Well, nice. Go to the exit. So, wait, hold on. Do I go to the exit or do I do the epilogue thingy? Because I didn't do that yet. That buzzing is very annoying. The epilogue isn't unlocked yet, but it let me go through the door thingy. Settings world champion? What this? Okay. I guess I'm not allowed there yet. Alright, hold on. I believe you that it's not locked yet. I mean, it says that it's still locked, but I just want to see how far it lets me go. Hold on. Ah, I see. Naruhodo. Okay. Alright, we'll just go to the exit then. Well, it's fine. I think we're done here. I got my reassurance bucket. Everything's good. We're good to go. Great. Thank you so much for having me, narrator. I think it's time we head out here. I think it's time to go to the exit. I think it's time to go home. I got my pretty reassurance bucket. I think it's time to call it a day. It's been a great convention. You know, we got to see some things. We got some merch. I think it's time to go home. So let's call it a day. Woo!
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to?
Yeah.
Ready to move on now?
Yeah. It's time to go home. Yay! It's time to go home. We can take off our shoesies and we can relax. What is
So,
this?
Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work.
I can't even
There's
sit.
definitely a good game in
I
want to
sit down.
Say, let's do an experiment.
I want to
I'll
sit down.
arrange these new features together, and we'll see
on the
whether or
lights.
not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready?
No.
Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement.
No, I want to go in.
Okay,
No,
yes,
I want to
yes,
go
this
down.
is
I want
much
to see.
better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait,
I'll tell you I
Maybe
love it
that's
if you let me get down.
I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work?
That's me at my
Suppose it could,
desk.
but it would need a really, really tremendous title screen.
That's
a
me.
title screen that says
you
with
say
bold
desk?
and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2." Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Duske. Duskue. Tak. Tak. It's the guy. It's the Stanley Parable 2. Ew, fancy. It's the second game. Woo. I wonder how long the total length of dialogue is in this game. You know, that's a good question. I don't know. Also, I hear happy birthday! I saw on Twitter it was your birthday. Happy birthday, Auntie!
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
This.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push,
Do we
how
get
long to
balloons?
push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Stanley's happy.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley.
Oh?
Something he would never quite forget.
Oh?
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to
Happy
give him
birthday,
instructions,
niece!
call a meeting, or even say hi.
Happy birthday, Stepney!
Never in all his years at the company
Happy
had
12th
this
birthday, Stepney!
this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his
Hello?
desk and stepped out of his office.
It's me! Stanley! There's balloons!
All of his co-workers were gone.
The balloon.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go
Happy
to the
birthday,
meeting room.
Stepniece.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
It's a nice feature
No
making
matter
the
how
balloons
hard
actually
Stanley
move.
looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Also, where's my bucket? It's in here somewhere. I know it's gonna show up eventually. There it is. Give.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Okay, so I have to do all the endings again, right? But with the bucket. Is that the whole point of this? Happy 12th birthday, stepniece. Yep. Okay, well, we'll start off with this one then, since we're the closest over here. Uppity, 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 up. Get up, Stanley. Get on the desk. Get on the desk. And out the window. Whee!
Yes, whispered the bucket into Stanley's ear. We've done it. We've escaped from that dull office and that pesky narrator. At last, out here in the white void, we are alone. Now, and for the first time, I can reveal to you my true self. The bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its history.
Hello?
Of the countless wars it witnessed, desecrating
The
the land
countless
and lives of
wars.
untold numbers of innocent humans, and the bucket's own complicity therein, of sadness and regret, and the many years it spent dwelling on the actions it might have taken to curb the madness and the decay, if only it had been stronger, of hope and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life for the common man, to manifest justice where none existed, and the bittersweet reality of time, to see one's dreams and wishes met halfway, meted out in parcels like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to dim. The opportunities to do so much more. There was so much it could have done, perhaps, the bucket wondered to itself. Perhaps if it had seen its own darkness with a clearer perception. This was way too much for Stanley.
What are you talking about?
He screamed.
You're a bucket!
To this, the bucket furrowed its brow.
No,
Said the bucket.
not since the evil wizard Gambharata first ensnared me in his machinations to
Gambharata!
pay back for the sacred amulet I stole from his
plot
treasured
thickens.
vaults. I was young back then and could not conceive the ramifications of... No!
Stanley screamed even louder this time.
This is stupid! You are a bucket! This is so stupid! Why are we even doing this?
As Stanley screamed and screamed and screamed, the
my
bucket
goodness.
revealed its true form, transforming into a mighty beast of untold power.
It's
Its fangs glistening
anime
like-
coming. Ah! Wait, what?
My God, Stanley, you did it. You saved us from the bucket. Thank God you already had all 12 emblems of sages and knew the incantations to summon their true power. Otherwise, we would have easily been overwhelmed by the bucket's power. I'm speechless. You've demonstrated such bravery here today. Come, let's restart the game, and we'll agree to never again go trifling with this bucket,
Just fell.
nor the dark magic cast away inside of it.
Oh. Did I kill the bucket on the first thing? Did I guess I dropped the bucket. The bucket fell down and went boom. The bucket kicked the bucket. Oh yeah.
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were.
Hey, bucket.
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
Hey, bucket. This is called a copier, right? And it makes copies of things, and like you can scan things, right? Do you want to you know, scan your bucket butt cheeks and make copies for everybody in the office? We can leave one copy on everybody's desk, and then when they come in, they will look at it and wonder what it is, and only you and I will know what it is, and we can just chuckle and laugh about it and go hee 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 hee. No? Okay. The bucket's not too interested in that theory, but it's okay. It's alright, it's fine. I just thought it would be a good idea. I thought it would be a good prank to pull. You know, April Fool's Day is coming up, but the bucket's not really feeling it. It's alright. It's fine. I mean, I thought it was funny, but if you don't want to do it, bucket, that's fine. See if I care. If you don't want to do it,
Stanley
that's
clutched
fine.
the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
That's fine.
This
Don't
was
worry
not
about
the
it.
correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
See, this is the meeting room, or the lounge, my bad. This is the lounge. This is where all the employees hang out and whatnot, and
Truly, being
You
here with
know.
the bucket was a grand adventure. Stanley reflected on all they'd been through together. First, walking through the door on the right, then walking to the lounge, then arriving at the lounge. What a thrilling journey the bucket had inspired.
yeah, it's been so great. I've had such a great time so far, except you being a stick in the mud and not wanting
Perhaps
to
this was where the
do
bucket
anything
felt
that I
most
wanted to
truly
do,
at
but
home. Here in the employee lounge. Perhaps it's the only place a bucket can even feel at home.
You know, I ask you to do an April Fool's joke with me because, you know, April Fool's is coming up, but you decide, nah, I don't want to
Stanley
do
decided
it.
to just give the
it's
bucket
alright.
absolutely
It's
as much time as
fine.
it needed
That's
to
what it
be in the lounge. Clearly, the bucket and the employee lounge shared a special connection.
A special connection. The bucket and the employee lounge have a special connection. It's so special. It's so special. They have such a special connection. There's only so much I can say about that. The bucket knows. That's all that matters. The bucket knows. The bucket knows. Okay, I guess that's it. We're moving on. Come along, bucket. We got other places to see.
But finally,
Woo!
the bucket was done being in the lounge, and they took the first open door on their left to get back to business.
No.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift.
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
It's so touching. Stanley thought,
Stanley
if
had never
nobody,
seen the office
if I
less
can't
brightly
have the
lit.
bucket,
Was it
nobody
a sign
can.
of something?
And he threw himself
He
to death.
hoped it was.
He threw himself
He
off
hoped
the
very
edge
The
to death
confusion and the
with the
chaos
bucket.
all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
Listen, are you sure? Are you sure you don't want to do this? Because, I mean, I think this is a pretty good idea. I mean, I think it's pretty funny. If you don't want to do it, I mean, that's fine. But, I mean, I think we should do it. I think it would be a funny joke to play on everybody in the office, you know. I mean, just you know, scan the bucket butt cheeks, and, you know, I think everything would be great. I think everything would be so funny. I think it would be hilarious. No? Fine. Just keep going. It's fine. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I don't want to do it anymore anyway. It's fine. It's not a big deal. You don't have to do it. Awaiting input. It's not a big deal. We don't have to do it. I thought it would be funny, but you know, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Does the bucket have butt cheeks? Of course. If it has blood, then it has butt cheeks.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest, and this was not the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to
Let's
him,
keep going.
telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Bucket butt.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be
Butt
correct?
cheeks.
Was this no? Never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Bucket.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Are you sure you don't want to do it? I mean, there's a copier right here. If there wasn't a copier on the path, I mean, this is a telltale sign that we should do it. Please? Please, can we do it? Fine. Just keep going.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Yes, Bucket. Whatever you say, Bucket. Let's keep going, Bucket.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Yes, Bucket. Whatever you say, Bucket.
Now pick up the phone.
Said
Yes,
the bucket.
Bucket.
Pick up the phone and it will take us back home where we can go about life together.
Yes, Bucket. Whatever you say, Bucket.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Bucket, I'm home. Bucket? Hi, I'm home. Hello, Stanley. It's me, your bucket. Press X to take me to work with you. Okay.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Press C to take me back home with you.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object?
Bucket?
I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
Bucket. Bucket. Oh, there you are. It's time to go back to work. Whee!
Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think, it can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
What do you mean it doesn't do anything else? Don't listen to the... Don't listen to the lad man. Press I for us to go back home. Yes, Bucket.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
Yes, Bucket. Press M to ignore anyone in your life except for me. Yes, Bucket.
It's sad, but I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
Shiny, 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 shiny. You believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley? Of course I do,
Yes,
Bucket.
I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another. Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
Because it is. Press Q to go home to work. Huh? Press Q to go home to work to home to work to home to work to home. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Oh no. I'm having feelings. For the bucket. No. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes. The bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation.
Welcome to my strange addiction. What is Hi, my name is Stanley. I'm 37 years old, and I have an intimate relationship with a bucket.
Stanley, give me the bucket.
No!
Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it.
It's my
give
bucket.
It to me now. Give
It's
it
my
or I'll-
bucket. It's my 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 bucket. No, I don't want to go back to work. It's my bucket. It's my bucket. Don't touch. Don't touch. It's my bucket. It's my bucket. Ah! It's my bucket.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone.
Bucket load.
Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. This
Bucket's
is what I
on a
wanted all along.
vacation
I got
far
what I
away.
wanted.
Car and talk it over. So many things that I wanna say. You know I like my buckets a little bit older. I just wanna use your love tonight.
Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again,
I don't
he was
wanna
home.
use your love tonight. It's my bucket. It's my bucket, and no one can take my bucket away from me.
Stanley
Yeah.
clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. And
My
this was not the correct way to the meeting room.
My bucket.
But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge
keep
was
forgetting
simply
the
the
word. Hold
place
on.
to be.
Hold on. One moment. Bucketsu kawaii desu. Bucketsu.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than... No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Bucketsu kawaii desu. The bucketsu.
No,
said the
Bucketsu is
bucket.
mine.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go. Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket... No, stop! Look there on the wall, you see? There's a sign right there. It says, "No buckets past this point." Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless... What if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose
It
that
does
would
not
explain a
say
lot
that
about
on
your
the
behavior
wall,
up
you
to this
liar.
point,
Oh, there
which,
it does say
if
it.
that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
Bucket. Bucketsu. Bucketsu.
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right?
Yeah.
This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket.
Yeah.
Okay, let's begin.
Yeah.
Item 1. Is this a bucket?
Yeah.
Incorrect. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket. Item 2. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Incorrect. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Oh.
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Correct. This is a bucket. Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one.
It's a bucket.
Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Correct. This is a bucket.
Yay, it's a bucket.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
Everything's a bucket.
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere. Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something. And therefore nothing could possibly be something.
Yes,
Unless,
it can.
in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket?
Yes.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us
Bucket.
know what a bucket is?
Everybody's
Am
a bucket. Bucket.
Stanley, I can't keep doing this.
Bucket.
I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the
No,
game.
no,
Here we go.
no. My bucket, no.
What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket.
I told you.
Oh, God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay?
Yay!
And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
Give me my bucket. Bucket. Give it. I want my bucket. Give it.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Bucket is love. Bucket is life. 100%. Bucket is here with us. Bucket is here to stay.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh, no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings.
I don't know
for
if the broom
bucket, as they
closet
have
wants me to
changed
do
and
that.
evolved over the years. Let him have it.
Listen here, broom closet, alright? This is my bucket. It is not your bucket.
Okay, I've got you something
Hey!
which I think will help settle this debate once
I was
and
in the
for
middle
all.
of talking.
Here we go. There.
Ah!
Now it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet. with all
Yeah,
your
take a
meandering
hike.
philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
You don't understand, broom closet, alright? Bucket and I have gone and
All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. You see? I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket.
Stickers.
That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, "Ah, it's a bucket." There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
Listen, alright, broom closet. Bucket
You know
and
what?
I have got.
I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us a silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
Okay, as I was saying, listen here, broom closet, alright? Bucket and I have gone through so much together, and you haven't done anything with this bucket. The bucket belongs to me. It is my property, okay? You cannot have this bucket. You are not the one that went and saved him from the horror that he was in that weird convention. You did not save him. You did not bring him home. You did not give him a place to live. You did not end up on My Strange Addiction with him. You did not scan your butt cheeks on the copier with him, alright? You don't get to say that this is your bucket, because it's not. This is my bucket. Bucket is mine. Nobody, and I mean nobody, is gonna take this bucket away from me. Get over it. I said good day, sir. I said good day. I said good day. Why, I never.
Coming to a staircase,
How rude.
Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Time for the boss's office. Woot woot. Ah.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Nice. Woot woot. Alright, it's time to go into the boss's office.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even
Bucket.
now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and
Bucket.
chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would. And he knew it. The two of them were inseparable.
Bucket.
At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
Bucket, bucket, I have a bucket. He's so cute, and I love the bucket so much because he's with me, and I'm with
Stanley
him,
just
and
sat
baby,
around
I
twiddling his
know.
thumbs.
Ba-dum-ba-dum.
Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
It's a combination on my luggage.
2845.
8675309. 8675309. Da, 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 da.
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
He doesn't like me. I have a bucket. I don't care.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again. The bucket said nothing.
Oh? Am I actually gonna press the 3 button?
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number. Wow, he said. The number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life. Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was a shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him? Once Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator.
I actually thought it was gonna do something. That's kind of boring. Alright, let's go back down. Whee!
Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly. No, said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and I have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel. He smiled at the bucket, and the bucket said nothing.
He smiled at the bucket, but the bucket did not smile back. The bucket says no. The bucket does not feel the same connection.
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears. And the whole time, he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. Anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all. Only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator.
Sag. The bucket doesn't understand me. I don't understand the bucket.
Stanley and the bucket were so
anymore.
close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator. He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
There There has to be. There has to be, Bucket. Bucket.
Ah, said Stanley. I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart. He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over. He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive when pressing it. Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others. It would get to see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's. And it would be through the public eye that the bucket would finally understand Stanley's work.
All right, Bucket.
For
it's
months,
time.
he advertised and marketed his press conference, building excitement around it, developing
All
and
eyes on
rehearsing it
Stanley.
until it couldn't be refined a single measure further. When the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life.
All right, Bucket. Now it's time for you to finally understand why I like the number 3 so much. See, look at all these 3s, right? 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Look it.
This
3,
was
3,
it.
3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3,
One
3.
last chance to
3.
win the bucket over. One opportunity to share a true connection with a loved one.
3 again. 3 again. All right, Bucket. You ready to understand my love for the number 3? All right, here we go. Time for you to finally
There was no
understand.
one here. Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak, to listen to him talk about what it really means to press the number 3 on a keypad over and over. He was unloved, uninteresting, he was a failure, and in that moment Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously. There would be no connection, no deeper understanding. The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent.
Nobody
And so
came
it
to my
began.
press
Slowly,
conference.
over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant. They spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them
This is
had
so
eroded
depressing.
since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit.
Oh my
only
gosh.
a silence that consumed the space between friends.
Aw.
And Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
There's someone in the audience. I hear coughing. Aw, that's so sad. Stanley's lonely now. Poor Stanley.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing. The good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket. Off on another thrilling adventure together. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on it. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley
Indeed,
took
the
the door
bucket
on
was
his left
wrong.
to go back to, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
It's time to go down, down. We're going down, down,
good
and an
Stanley.
early
I'm
around.
glad you found your way here.
Going
I
down,
knew
swinging.
you'd find this place eventually.
What is this?
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because
Adventure
that's
Line
what
TM.
fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the adventure line?
TM.
We could make the adventure line go
TM.
somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
This isn't even the real broom closet. This broom closet is fake. Fake wife, Doko. The baby I burned. That baby is staring into my soul.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well. Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
Are you saying I have to give up the bucket? Are you
Don't you
telling
get it,
me I
Stanley?
have to give up the
We
book?
need to get rid of
No,
the bucket.
I don't want to. I want
That's
to keep
why
the bucket.
I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
No.
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
No.
Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
No. 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 No.
Now listen to me.
No.
It's crucial that you give it
No.
the bucket.
No.
I don't know what the Bucket
No.
Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is
No.
all it knows. That
No.
is its singular personality trait. Sure, I
No.
can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters?
No.
Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket.
No.
Quickly now. The fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give
No.
the fans what they want.
No.
Hurry and...
My bucket. Bucket is love. Bucket is life.
The Bucket Destroyer. My prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spell-binding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
You're no bucket, though. You're okay. But I prefer my bucket. My bucket is superior compared to your Bucket Destroyer. You can't tell me otherwise. This is my bucket.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
Imagine seeing weather. Couldn't be me.
Where are we going today? The bucket asked.
I don't know,
Stanley
Bucket.
just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be
I don't know,
perfectly
Bucket.
fine with
Where
him.
should we go?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I guess we'll go the right way. Come on, Bucket. Let's go to the meeting room. inside of a sequel exhibit? Oh, it's the thingies. I see. A large room, lots of boxes, stairs, something to do with stairs, somewhere both red and blue, nearby a fireplace. Gotta collect them all. 5 there be, just take it from me. Is this some kind of game? Must be a point to this. It's the thingies. Okay, the things. There will be a reward for finding them all. Stop kidding yourselves. I want them so much. I want to go home. There will be cleaning of this wall required. Who are you? BBB LOL. Lies. Thank you. Good luck. How can we find them? Bottom text! What we know. Small floating objects that appeared across the office. We have synergized our resources to ensure their retrieval. There is no many options. There is no memo for management. Agenda. How can you tell you spotted one? What makes them float in the air? Who took these pictures of them? Figlies are hard to find. Follow the clues divided by employee 416. We can do it. Red room? Question mark. Thank you. Good luck. Maybe we are the collectibles. Wouldn't you like to know? Oh my goodness. Weird spinning figures. Trust the completionist instinct. Why wouldn't they just tell us something will happen? This investigation, this room, they feel pointless. TBH. We need more planks. Warehouse access plan. Produce 1 plank to follow ease of access point past fence. Construct bridge to allow collection of shiny float. Retrieve Chris's remains from the warehouse floor. Oh gosh. Construct new structurally sound bridge. Chris! We found it. Chris!
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet. Simply because I have no remaining stickers.
No.
If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers.
I don't care. I don't want your stupid stickers. This is my broom closet and my bucket. I don't care if you have no stickers. This is where I'm happy. Let me be.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
No.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fined for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might
It's
experience
not my
without
bucket.
the psychologically grounding
Bucket
presence
Doko!
of his bucket.
Bucket Doko!
Indeed, now he noticed the rooms were repeating, which was,
I
of
need the
course, very
bucket.
wrong.
Where is my bucket?
Now
Bucket
he felt
Doko,
himself
bucket
floating
Doko,
off the
bucket
ground.
Doko. Where is the bucket? I need the bucket. Where's the bucket?
He exclaimed.
I need the
Without
bucket.
my
Where's the
bucket,
bucket?
I've
Where's
gone
I want
truly
my
mad.
bucket. I
Where
want
is
my
it?
bucket.
I must
I
find
need a
it.
bucket. Where is my
Far
bucket?
off in the
I don't
distance
want
now,
where's
he
my
heard
bucket? I want my
calling to
bucket.
him.
Why can't I have my bucket?
Stanley!
Bucket!
Stanley, it's me, the bucket.
Could it truly be? He
Bucket.
rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next.
Bucket,
None of them were
bucket.
his.
None
of them
of
were
these
his
buckets are
special
mine.
bucket.
Where's my bucket? Why is
Come
the
to me,
bucket,
Stanley.
bucket, 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 bucket,
He
bucket,
had to
bucket.
find the bucket. He had to
Bucket.
return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly
I can't
restore
find
his
the bucket.
sanity.
Where's my
And
bucket?
then
I want my
suddenly,
bucket.
froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along.
Bucket's
It was
inside.
incredibly painful.
Where's my bucket?
Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Oh god, here it goes again.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and
I'm the
security,
bucket.
and walked to her place
The
of
bucket
work.
is me.
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a
Oh, it all
video
makes
game.
sense.
It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his
If only he had
bucket
his
with him.
bucket.
Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at
Oh,
home in the first
man.
place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything.
100%.
At this, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
Back. Wait. Hold on. She backflipped all the way to work in a dress. Hey, you know what? Whatever makes you happy, man. You do you.
All of his co-workers were... Wait,
You do
no.
you.
This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
It is. It's my office. And my bucket's over here. Bucket! Yay!
A good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction.
Bucket! Yay! Bucket, so kawaii
Stanley clutched
desu.
the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Bucket kawaii desu.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
A little bucket.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the
No.
bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go. Good.
Said the bucket.
Good.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something
the
up there
lift
I
all the
need you
way
to
the
do.
top.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to
Bucket.
think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced
Bucket.
that the bucket had spoken to him, and he
Bucket.
unthinkingly did whatever
Bucket.
the bucket asked.
Bucket.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Now pick up the phone.
Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke.
Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket.
Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker?
It's my bucket.
Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. But
That's
there
a mood.
isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
Yes, teach me how to comedy.
What is comedic timing?
Yes!
What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last?
Teach me
How
comedy.
can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds?
Can it?
Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive deeper.
Yeah.
If you
Let's
ever
do
told
it.
a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body.
That's very specific.
These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm dunny with the funny" now.
I'm dunny with the funny.
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence and to very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
May Earth reign supreme.
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
SKIDDO. What is a Jedi's favorite Italian dessert? An Obi-Wan cannoli. SKIDDO. I'm Dunny with the funny. Okay, moving on. Going back to the doors. Going back. How do I go? I don't want to go all the way back, but I guess I don't have much of a choice. I guess I have to go back.
This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley.
The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
Do not lie. If you are lying right now, stop. General Cannoli, you fool.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left. What? We're back at the phone already? No, what's going on? There was supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point, a dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land, or not the way it was meant to.
And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the two doors room.
What an egregious mistake.
I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing.
Give it
I'm
to
not
me.
even the lowliest joke-telling whelp.
Can I have the title instead?
I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video again. Yes, surely that will help me improve my... Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left. What? We're back at the phone already? No. Here we go. You ready?
Okay, I guess I have to go through the left.
Came to a set of two open doors. They entered the door on the left. No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes. Well, let me try that again, Stanley.
Hi, Skiddo. Hope you
I
are well.
heard
Hi.
you are
I am well.
ashamed
Hope the same
over
for
how
you.
unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No? Still not? Is it the delivery? Pale with shame. Pale with shame? Pale... What's another word to describe a bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so metal. I think I saw it playing guitar. No. We're getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More instructional videos. Let's see.
Are we watching another video? No? Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting
Bucket,
room.
please.
Perhaps...
The embrace of an old friend. A weathered companionship that stands the test of time.
Yay!
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest
Bucket.
and entered the door on his left.
Bucket! Bucket! Bucket. A bucket. A bucket. I got myself a bucket. A bucket. A bucket. A bucket. How can we find them? The world may never know. Whoop.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet.
He's got
Simply
nothing
because
else to
I have
say.
no remaining stickers. If I did...
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to
I think
the
we went.
boss's
Oh yeah, we
office.
went up here. We went down there already. So we have to actually go up to the boss's office now. We'll actually do as he says.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an
2, 8,
indication of
4,
any
5.
human life. Crushed by the weight
Shut
of
up,
this
man.
river, but Stanley
Hurry
guessed
up.
the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along?
The bucket
Was
knows.
The bucket guiding
The
him?
bucket knows.
Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
The bucket knew the code the whole time. Isn't that crazy? Give it.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Stanlerine. It's quite a name for them. Stanlerine. It's like tambourine, but with stands. You already missed me going up and down on the elevator with the bucket, Silverwind. I'm not doing that part. I already did it. We're going this way.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that
Whoop.
read
Oh, wait, no, we're going the way that he
Facility.
says. That's right. We're doing what he says. My beat. I forgot for a quick second what we were doing.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television
Look at all the
screens.
television screens,
What
Bucket. Look
horrible
at how
secret
many.
did this place hold?
So many
Stanley and the
screens,
bucket
Bucket.
both wondered to themselves.
See all the screens? Isn't this crazy? There's so many different screens all over the place.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs.
Like
Bucket
guinea
had never
pigs.
seen anything like this, and it
Oh
very
my
nearly
goodness.
burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Everything's gonna be fine, Bucket. Everything's fine. Everything's gonna be fine. No need to worry. Everything's gonna be great. Everything's gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be okay. We're gonna be great. Don't worry,
Was
Bucket.
the
Everything will
bucket
be
under
okay.
the mind control
It'll be
facilities
okay.
influence
Everything,
as well?
Bucket. It'll be
Had the
okay.
bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions
Bucket,
raced
everything will be
furiously in
fine.
Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter, his one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
The Bucket is the only one I can trust.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system. But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror.
Bucket!
Had this been the
How
bucket's
could
plan
you?
all along? To take over the machine and claim the
turned
power for
against-
itself? How could the bucket have betrayed
You
it?
turned her against
Stanley was
me.
prepared to throw the bucket
did
away
that
in disgust
yourself.
when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen. Birds. Silly.
Silly
birds.
birds.
The control
Oh,
buttons became
look
active again.
it. Look at the seagulls. Oh, look at the seagulls. Flamingos. Pretty birdie.
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after
Penguin.
another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility
Birdies.
for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world.
Silly
The
birds.
mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along?
Where's the Lemmy Smash?
Stanley marveled
Lemmy
at the metal
Smash.
genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket
She
never
doesn't
found
like
freedom
yellow.
because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
Birdies. Birdies.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Birdies.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Bloop, bloop.
The bucket made Stanley want to be a better man and
All
a
right, this
better
is going to be the
co-worker.
last one
In time,
before we
perhaps,
call it
he
a
would
night.
become both of those things.
I'm going to do what he says, but I'm going to turn
Stanley
off
clutched
the
bucket
I'm going to
tightly to his chest
turn
and
off the
closed
mind
door
control
on his left.
machine. And then we'll do a third stream, and that will be the finale, I think. I think that will all I think that's all I'll have to do. I have to just do one more stream, and then I should be able to get all of the
Stanley and the
endings with the
bucket
bucket.
walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
The bucket knows all. The bucket guides. What the dino doing? We're playing Stanley Parable. With a bucket. This is my bucket.
Stanley and the bucket
There are many
walked
like
straight
this
ahead
bucket,
through the
but this
large
bucket
door
is
that
mine.
read, Mind Control Facility.
My bucket, no touch.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Press the
What
button.
horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Press the button.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs.
Like guinea pigs.
The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raised
What does the bucket
furiously
want
in
to do?
Stanley's feeble mind.
Is that kind of like what does the bucket say?
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never!
What the
He
bucket
squeezed
say?
the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
I only trust the bucket. The bucket is me, and I am the bucket.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery...
We turn it off. Be gone.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support. What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket. Would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Well, It's depressing. That's depressing. Alright, I'm gonna do one more.
All of
which
his
is in the same
co-workers
room
were
as that
gone.
one.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Let's go.
Everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley is a very lucky fellow. Very lucky indeed.
Let's go, Bucket.
Stanley clutched
We got
the
places to
bucket
go,
tightly
people
his
to see,
chest
things to
and
do.
entered the door on his left.
We got dinos to see, Bucket.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Alright, we got one more. And then we'll call it a night.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned
Well,
to
I forgot what
discover
it
not
was.
an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of
2,
this revelation,
8,
Stanley
4,
may have broken
5.
down into an emotion, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the
I
bucket
forgot what it
guiding
was at first.
Yes, this is certainly the most logical
Come along,
explanation.
Bucket. We have places to go. Woo! Back down the elevator. All right.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
I believe, if I remember correctly, there we go. All right, and then up. Somehow, there we go. Bye-bye.
But just as Stanley was about to proceed further into the mind control facility, he tripped
boy.
and fell over the railing
He tripped
into
and
the dark void below. Thankfully, he fell directly onto the bucket, which safely cushioned his fall.
Bucket!
Now, what to do next, Stanley wondered.
I don't know.
Stanley and the bucket could find no way out of this enormous pit, and so eventually they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down here.
Comfy.
So they set up a little couch and relaxed.
Oh.
It really wasn't so bad down here. A bit cold, perhaps. After some time had gone by, they installed a few shelves as well, and a sort of kitchenette
Ah.
that was useful for when the bucket was craving paninis.
Paninis.
But it wasn't until the rugs and the standing lamps came in that it really started to feel like a home. In fact, after some time, Stanley realized that it had been ages since he had even thought of the mind control facility at all. He'd never gotten to fully explore what was up there, never been able to unearth the many mysteries of the mind control facility. This lack of closure began to eat at him. Soon he was dwelling on his regrets, and the state of their home slowly decayed as Stanley became withdrawn and neglected the cleaning.
He neglected the
It
cleaning. Oh
unsettled
boy.
the bucket deeply. Stanley wasn't usually like this. The bucket tried to reach out to him again and again, but to no avail.
New
All
mug.
Stanley could think about, all he could talk about, was going back,
Coffee enjoyer.
doing it over again, staying on the path. It was a mistake to leave the path. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. I need to do what the narrator says. I need to see the true ending. This made no sense at all to the bucket, which was simply trying to live its life down here as comfortably as possible. Yet Stanley was unconsolable. This isn't an ending. This is just a hole in the ground. The bucket sighed. True, it wasn't an ending.
Mind control room
But it's where we
thingies up
happen
there.
to be. And maybe, possibly, if we accept the reality of things, maybe this will become an
Store in a
ending
cool, dry
eventually.
place.
It's what the bucket was counting on. The two of them waited for a very long time.
Okay. Oh, wait, huh?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. We're gonna save this. We're gonna save this for the next stream I play this on. I have no idea what happened. I feel like this happened already. I just don't remember it happening. But anyway, Yeah, we're gonna save that. We're gonna save that for the next stream that I play this. But in the meantime, thank you guys, obviously, again, for coming. Thank you so much for watching and enjoying and vibing with me and being here with me, even though HoloFest is currently going on. I appreciate it. If you guys have any game recommendations, obviously, you know, give them to me. But I will be streaming again on Monday. Not 100% sure what I'm streaming yet, but next week is going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Dino Dad will be on Friday, so keep your schedules open for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. In the meantime, thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe, thumbs up, all that fun jazz. And enjoy HoloFest. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys on Monday. Alright. Have a good night, everybody. Have a good weekend. Arigatou gozaimasu. Bye for now.